So the African Democratic Congress faction, led by Nafiu Bala Gombe, carried out his own protest today. He led his supporters to protest in front of INEC Headquarters, just like faction of Senator David Mark did 2 days ago. He wants to be recognized as ADC National Chairman. Honorable Nafiu Bala Gombe, a factional leader of the African Democratic Congress ADC, today Thursday, led a group of supporters to the headquarters of Independent National Electoral Commission INEC in Abuja today, demanding that electoral body officially recognize him and his group as the legitimate leadership of the party. And he's saying, put my name on the portal, and that David Mark faction and any other faction that may arise, that they should obey the court order and the due process should follow. According to him, he said that there should not be impunity in ADC. So I don't know why he's so desperate about this ADC chairmanship. Somebody said, if not for fake life, what is this man doing with the ADC chairmanship? If not that he is sponsored by APC government to destabilize the ADC. So here is his press statement. He was even struggling to read that word. I know English is not a test of knowledge, but at least you are addressing Nigerians, the press. He couldn't even read, already prepared speech. It's embarrassing. To what end will this take him to?
As I address today, I argue INEC to place my name on the portal, requiring by the status quo antebellum order of the Court of Appeal. This is not just a personal request; it is a plea for the justice, accountability, and adhere to the rules of law, the order and stability within the ADC will rise above the tyranny. Furthermore, deliberately manipulating of signature demonstrated a calculated attempt to legitimate and otherwise unlawful transfer of power which witnesses state urgent scrutiny and accountability. It is imperative for the ADC and relevant authorities to address this breach of decisively, restoring faith in the political process and assure that such transgression do not recur. Upholding the principle of democracy and accountability is essential for the head of any democracy, and it is the responsibility of all stakeholders to safeguard their value against such agreement violations.
So it's just the African Democratic Congress has been embroiled in a protracted leadership tussle that intensified in 2025 when a major opposition coalition, which we'll see today, involving Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, David Mark, former Senate President, Chibika Amechi, former Transportation Minister, and former Governor of Rivers State, and many big politicians, joined the coalition, and they said, we want to pitch our tent in ADC. And before they did that, the national chairman of ADC at the time, Ralph Nwosu, resigned. And according to the case they brought up against this current David Mark led ADC chairmanship faction is that Ralph Nwosu's tenure ended in August 2022. A court ruling by Justice Nyako in December 2022 declared any action taken by Nwosu and his National Working Committee after the date as null and void. So INEC had today rejected a mini convention held in Zaria in October 2022 that sought to reappoint Nwosu and others, including claims involving Nafiu Bala Gombe. So the Ralph Nwosu led National Working Committee tenure finished in 2022. So ADC became popular, became the talk of the town because known political figures pitched their tent in ADC. That's the word I have to use. They pitched their tent because after this election, they will not even remain. Atiku, they call him a political prostitute. He's been in PDP. Whichever party Atiku enters, he destabilizes it. If Atiku had remained in APC will be in leadership also today. He left and joined PDP. PDP is a one-man party now. It's the weakest party. Now ADC is in turmoil. So if this guy called Ralph Nwosu, who resigned last year to hand over to David Mark-led faction, these guys are arguing and they have a strong case here. If it is confirmed that there was a court order that declared any decision that Ralph Nwosu takes from 2022 that his alleged tenure ended, null and void. So the assumption or the statement they claim that Ralph Nwosu resigned to allow David Mark-led faction of ADC chairmanship to take over, which means it's null and void. So it's a very big, strong case, and that puts all of them, P2B, Atiku Abubakar, Kwankwaso, all of them in ADC into a big trouble. So Nafiu Gombe will even have a stronger case. He said he's the highest ranking member of ADC at the time. So if Ralph Nwosu resigned or whatever his tenure expired, but at the time when Ralph Nwosu resigned or his tenure finished, were you the next in line to become the ADC national chairman? Chairmanship of a party is not an appointment. There is an election. I don't know, maybe because they don't have structure, like we know in Nigerian political parlance. The ADC doesn't have structure. Maybe now that big political figures have joined the ADC. So if Ralph Nwosu's tenure ended in 2022, he has no right whatsoever to hand over to a new national working committee or to new people, like as it were today. That's why this case can continue on and on. It could even extend beyond 2027 general election. The only solution is for this guy, Atiku Abubakar and whoever, to look for another party, and it's also too late. It's too late. 2027 election, I keep saying, is less than 10 months. So how are you going to, and even if you are about to do that, remember, like I said, INEC is just like a card-carrying member of a political party loyal to APC. Is it not INEC that will approve your registration? So the only option left for them now is they should just go and beg this guy called Senator Leke Abejide, the former governor of Bayelsa State. He had just registered a new party, NBC, and INEC recognizes it. That's the only option left for them. They can continue with this court order till next year. They cannot use it to win election. APC is the government in power, and the INEC is loyal to APC. The judiciary is loyal to APC. So you cannot even succeed with this party. The only option is to, just like what P2B did. When the moment the 2023 general election, finished, the major thing that APC had in their schedule was to destabilize Labour Party, and we succeeded. Lamidi was claiming to be the national chairman of Labour Party. I've forgotten the name of the other guy also. That was Abure was claiming to be the national chairman of Labour Party. The moment P2B left, both Lamidi and Abure were all dismissed. None of them were assuming power again, assuming authority as the national chairman of Labour Party. Now, whatever thing Labour Party is doing now, no one cares. No one is interested. All the House of Assembly members that won election under Labour Party, they've all left. The only person standing in Labour Party now is just Alex Otti. That's the only face of Labour Party currently. So I think the thing, this David Mark-led faction, which we have seen as the major opposition right now, is for them to leave ADC immediately. If they want to, insist on dragging court issues and all that, they are not going to succeed. They will end up wasting their time. The best option right now is to go and look for other party, and the one I can recommend for them is this new one that Senator Leke Abejide created, NBC, and that's the best. I think it's NBC or NDC. I don't know. I have to check. So that's the best because he just created it. He's the chairman. There's no leadership tussle. There's no leader or a former party chairman or whatever thing. Because any already standing party now that this faction would want to decamp to, APC is ready to pay billions to instigate people to destabilize it. The only party they cannot destabilize now is this new one that Leke Abejide created. That's my own suggestion. If they fail to do that, this matter can go on and on because there is a strong case. Ralph Nwosu's chairmanship ended 2022, and there was a case filed against him. That was that was judged by Justice Binta Yako, which she declared that any decision that this guy will take after 2022, that's Ralph Nwosu will take after 2022, that his tenure expire, is null and void. So for them to tell us that Ralph Nwosu resigned, he didn't actually resign. His tenure has expired. But if he resigned actually, or his tenure expired, why didn't the ADC appoint a new chairman? So this guy is just claiming that he's the highest ranking member of ADC as of last day. So an assumption he should become, or he should be, the ADC national chairman. And then the suggestion that I made was that, why can't ADC just allow him organize a convention? ADC have not done their convention, as I meant to know. APC just did their own last month, and then they returned some of the National Working Committee members and appointed new ones. So why can't they organize a national convention and appoint new leaders? Even this guy cannot win in his own ward. This Nafiu Bala Gombe, he can't even win in his own senatorial district. So that's just the thing. So I think it's meaningless and endless for them to continue to drag this case.